And welcome back to the 15th Region Volleyball Tournament, brought to you by WPRGtv and Gearhart Fiber. The first game was won by the Paintsville Tigers in a 3-1 win to advance to play the winner of tonight's Game 2. And tonight's Game 2 is between the 22-6 Floyd Central Lady Jaguars, coached by Karen Durham, and the 11-20 Pike Central Lady Hawks, coached by Courtney Stacy. These teams have met previously this season, with Floyd Central coming out on top in all three matchups. However, this is tournament play and anything can happen. In 2019, Pikeville had beaten Pike Central 3 times during the regular season play, but when it came to the 15th Region Tournament held at Eastridge, the Lady Hawks defeated the Lady Panthers in what some would call an upset in 5 sets. The Lady Hawks hope to do it again this time against Floyd Central. Trey, you've seen both of these teams in action. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
My personal thoughts on this matchup is this. If Pike Central plays together, they have a really good shot at what some people might call an upset here tonight. We'll see, but Courtney Stacy is expecting a lot to happen out of her setter tonight. She needs her back row to really come together and pull it in order for them to have a chance. One of the keys that Courtney Stacy said is for them to win, that back row has to be there and have a presence tonight.
And one of the leaders in that back row is Livia Sanders. She is second in the state with Diggs, 722 on the season. And then, of course, J.C. Stanley, she leads this Pike Central team in blocks. She's in the top 25 in the state.
And Coach Durham for Floyd Central, the person that they're worried about the most is Liv Sanders. They're the Pike Central libero. She's the one that says we have to watch.
But now on the other side of the ball, Floyd Central, they're Jaden Hall. She's in the top 50 in the state with Diggs herself with 457 coming into this game. And then Layla Peterson, she is 14th in the state in assists.
And when you talk to Coach Courtney Stacy, the person that they are most worried about tonight is Jaden Hall.
And Jaden Hall, of course, she leads the Floyd Central team in kills as well. She has 341. As a matter of fact, stat leader for Floyd Central, she leads Floyd Central in kills, digs, and aces. She has 52 aces for the season.
I think we're going to have a pretty good game right here. I think it's one worth watching. Floyd Central, did they bring their band?
They did.
And they've been giving us some entertainment here pregame. I imagine that they're going to be playing from time to time, so that's a little bit different sight for a volleyball game, but a welcome sight.
Floyd Central, they are in the top 10 in the state on sets won, top 25 on team kills, top 30 on team assist. Pike Central's in the top 5 on team digs. I tell you who to look for big time in this game is Emma Bailey at the net. She leads this Floyd Central team with blocks. She has 73.
My goodness.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the T.W. Oliver Memorial Gymnasium and John Bill Trivet Court on the campus of Pikeville High School for the opening round of the 2023 15th Region Volleyball Tournament. Tonight's second quarterfinal game features the visitors on the scoreboard, the runner-up of the 60th District, with a record of 11-20, the Pike County Central Hawks, versus the home team on the scoreboard, the winners of the 58th District Tournament, with a record of 22-6, the Floyd Central Jaguars. The winner of this contest will move on to face the Paintsville Tigers on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the first semifinal game. Now let's meet both teams. First for the Hawks from Pike Central. Number 0, Livia Sanders. Number 1, Chloe Adams. Number 3, Lara Jones. Number 4, Allie Newsom. Number 5, JC Stanley. Number 6, Layla Johnson. Number 8, Sadie Weddington. Number 10, Kaylee O'Neill. Number 13, Alyssa Hess. Number 14, Claire Stacy. Number 15, Maggie Cochran. Number 18, Molly Reed. And number 23, Riley Cote. The Hawks are led by head coach Courtney Stacy. Now let's meet the Jaguars from Floyd Central. Number 2, Lydia Wallace. Number 3, Miley Thornsberry. Number 4, Layla Peterson. Number 5, Riley Daniels. Number 7, Jerry Lynn Hatfield. Number 8, Macy Clark. Number 9, Chloe Howard. Number 11, Sloan Akers. Number 14, Cadence Lafferty. Number 18, Brooke Young. Number 19, Carly Frazier. Number 20, Emma Bailey. Number 22, Kendall Hall. Number 23, Jaden Hall. And number 30, Abigail Johnson. The Jaguars are led by head coach Karen Durham.
All right, as we get set to start this second matchup tonight.
I want to thank everyone who's watching tonight, rooting on their team. We appreciate your views. Make comments. We had people watching the previous game from all over Kentucky, Louisiana, New York, Michigan. We had people in Michigan watching
Florida.
that first game. Florida, yes. So we thank you for tuning in.
As we get ready to get started here, this should be an exciting matchup. And I'd like to remind you, tomorrow night, Belfry and Lawrence County at 6 o'clock, and then Johnson Central and Eastridge at 7:30. Here on WPRG TV.
I think both of those games will be pretty good games tomorrow. You have pretty good teams that will be playing in those games. I think that'll be worth watching. So I want to invite our viewers to come back tomorrow night and keep up with all this action. You said that they've met, these two teams have met 3 times. This is their 4th meeting. And when you talk to Coach Durham for Floyd Central, she said, and she expects her seniors to come up big. She believes that Pike Central is a scrappy team. She said, we played them 3 times. They're a scrappy team. And they'll try to take us the distance. So we'll see how this turns out.
And Floyd Central gets things started.
Good dig by Liv Sanders, set by Maggie Cochran.
And that'll be a point, and Pike Central
Put over by Hallie Newsom.
will get on the scoreboard first here in the first set.
And Claire Stacy is back to serve.
Dug out by Hall. Set to number 23, Jaden Hall.
And Claire Stacy just couldn't get in front of it. Like Courtney said, her back row has to step up tonight.
And Sloan Akers checks in for Kendall Hall as Jaden Hall steps back to serve for the Lady Jaguars. Hall's serve is short.
Great dig by Liv Sanders. Just couldn't be handled. Just couldn't get handled by Riley Cope.
And 2-1, Jaguars lead. Hall, another good serve.
J.C. Stanley just saved that ball, and Maggie Cochran just sent it over.
Set to Bailey. And they call Pike Central.
Riley Cote in the net.
3-1, early Jaguars lead as Jaden Hall back to serve again. And the set to Sloan Acres, big swing, but it catches the net.
Riley Cote comes out for Pike Central, and Kaylee O'Neill comes in. She's going to go in and serve. I've already mentioned Riley Cote a couple times. She's an 8th grader.
Wow.
And when you look at her, she's tall.
Set to Bailey. Bailey puts it over, and it goes off Pike Central. 4-2 Lady Jags. And Carly Frazier
comes in for Abigail Johnson.
Carly Frazier back to serve. And the set to Bailey was in the net. She couldn't bring it out of there.
And the Pike Central players, that front row, they were ready for her.
And the serve by Allie Newsom is good. Swing from Lara Jones. And Pike Central in the net again.
Calling that on J.C. Stanley. She's another young player on the Pike Central side. They expect big things from her.
Emma Bailey back serving for the Jaguars. As the Jaguars lead 5-3 in set 1. Set to Sloan Acres. Big swing, and it'll go.
Lara Jones tried to get underneath that ball and just couldn't get there in time.
Bailey still serving for the Jaguars. Her serve is up and good. Set to Jones. Frazier gets a hand on it, but it'll fall, and that point will go to Pike Central. And Layla Johnson.
Claire Stacy comes out, and Maggie Cochran's back to serve for Pike Central. And when you talk to Claire Stacy, she speaks high of Maggie Cochran.
Maggie Cochran, she leads Pike Central's team in aces with 39 on the season and assists, 391.
Maggie wasn't on this team last year, and so she entered this season on Pike Central side, playing for Pike Central. And Courtney Stacy said she's the most improved player from the beginning of the year.
Pike Central's coach questioning that call and was unhappy with it. It was another net call. And a set to Jaden Hall, and she takes advantage of it. 8-4, Jaguars early lead.
Liv tried to get underneath that. Livia Sanders, she's tried to get underneath that and just couldn't get there in time.
Kendall Hall back to serve for Floyd Central. Her serve is up and good. Set to Johnson, and it'll go.
Now that's why Courtney Stacy spoke of Maggie the way she did. That was a nice set put right where Johnson could get to it.
Johnson, a sophomore on this team.
They have some young players. They only have a couple starting seniors that will be exiting out next year.
Jaden Hall with the swing. Pike Central gets a hand on it and can't get it across the net. 9-5 Jaguars.
Lara Jones and Livia Sanders, I think, are the only senior starters on this Pike Central team. So they have a young group still coming up for Pike Central. Oh, and Allie Newsom, I missed her. They have 3 seniors.
Layla Peterson on the serve for Floyd Central.
That's a great block by Chloe Howard.
Layla Peterson leads the Lady Jaguars in assists. She has 816, and that's good enough for 14th in the state.
Now, is that for this year?
That is for this year.
That's fantastic. We had 1,000 assists in the last game, and here in this one, 800.
And Pike Central takes a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart Broadband's fiber internet and Wi-Fi is a game changer. Fiber fast downloads with speeds up to 1 gig with reliable Plume whole home Wi-Fi. Power today's most exciting games on consoles, handhelds, even VR headsets with no lag or buffering. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing fiber internet and best-in-class whole home Wi-Fi today.
And welcome back to Game 2 action. We're set 1 of Game 2. Floyd Central leading 11-5. With Layla Peterson back to serve for the Lady Jaguars. Peterson's serve is up and good. Sanders with the dig. Set to Hall. Big swing. Hall is a big swinger. Kendall Hall tries to get it over. It hits the top of the net and crawls right over. 12-5.
That's a hard ball to get, Chotty. When it crawls right over the net like that, those are hard for those girls to get, adjust on.
Jones with the swing, unable to get it across. And Floyd Central.
Coach for PC is upset. She thinks that it was blocked, but I think that ball actually hit the net. I don't think it was touched by a Floyd Central player.
13-5, Floyd Central. Peterson with the serve. Set to Cole. And a swing from number 9. That's Chloe Howard on the Jaguars, and it'll fall in Pike Central territory. Peterson still serving for the Jaguars, and that's going to be an ace. Pike Central watched it, and it hit right on the line.
Well, I can't fault J.C. Stanley on that one because I really thought that one was going to sail out too, and it just dove right there on the line.
15-5, Jaguars.
And J.C. Stanley standing right there. I can see why she thought it was going to be out. Way to adjust for Lara Jones. Nice hit over by Maggie Cochran.
Set to Chloe Howard. She didn't realize it was set to her, and it point will go to Pike Central as Livia Sanders steps back to serve for the Hawks.
Livia Sanders is one of the 3 starting seniors on the team.
Kendall Hall gets it over. Set to number 4, Allie Newsom, and she takes a swing and gets the kill.
Liv Sanders used to be one of the front row hitters for Pike Central, and they had to make some adjustments, and now she's their starting libero.
And the serve from Sanders is good. And Floyd Central unable to get the pass out of the net. 15-8. The Hawks on a little bit of a run.
As Coach Durham said, they're a scrappy team. Don't count them out.
Kendall Hall with the serve receive. Jaden Hall gets it over. Sanders digs it out. Set to Johnson. She tries to get it back into play. The set was outside. Johnson really had nothing that she could do with it. It was behind the antenna. 16-8, Floyd Central. Set to Stanley, she gets it over. Floyd Central with the set to Hall.
Hall came across that net with a commanding hit.
The set went to Hall, but Emma Bailey also went up as a decoy, and I think it confused Pike Central a little bit. 17-8.
You don't see decoys much in high school. You see it a lot on the college play, but not too much in the high school side.
And an ace for Jerry Lynn Hatfield. Hatfield ran up for the dig, and that ball come off her hands really funky. I'd never seen one do that before, the way that.
I think she misjudged that, and she overran exactly where she wanted to hit it.
Layla Johnson serving for the Lady Hawks. Good serve by Johnson. And the swing from Bailey goes out of bounds, 18-10. Johnson back to serve again. And her serve will sail a little long. 19-10 Floyd Central. As Sloan Acres checks back in for Kendall Hall. And number 1, Chloe Adams checks in for Layla Johnson on Pike Central side. Jaden Hall back to serve for the Lady Jaguars. Hall serve up and good. Set to Bailey, dug out by Sanders. Pike Central looking to get something going. Nice push by Allie Newsom. Sloan Acres with the swing, brought back out by Stanley. Set up. Riley Cole gets it over. Another big swing by Sloan Acres. And then a jousting battle at the net, won by Emma Bailey.
That was a great dig by J.C. Stanley there on the back row. To get it back up, just they could not capitalize on that.
Jaden Hall with the serve. Serve received by Sanders. Set to Sloan Acres, a big swing, brought back up by Stanley. Sanders chases it out of bounds, gets it back into play. Frazier with the push. Set to Sloan Acres. Stanley handling it again. Allie Newsom gets it over. Set back to Sloan Acres. And it'll go out of bounds. 20-11. And that'll bring number 23, Riley Cole, back to serve for the Lady Hawks.
She's the 8th grader on the team.
And a set to Emma Bailey, and she made that look easy.
Yeah, she was uncontested at the net. There was nobody there to even go up against her.
And it goes untouched right in the middle of Pike Central's floor, 21-19, as Abigail Johnson checks out and Carly Frazier checks in.
And Sadie Weddington steps in for Pike Central.
And a service error makes the score 21-12.
Liv Sanders comes out, and Lara Jones comes in for Pike Central.
Allie Newsom with the serve. Set to Bailey. And it's like she's playing by herself.
Yeah, it's uncontested at the net. They're not getting in front of her, and then there's nobody covering to even try to dig it out on the Pike Central side. It's 22-12.
And Bailey will step back behind the service line. Bailey's serve is up and good.
Dig by Sadie Weddington.
Stanley gets it across. Set to Chloe Howard.
And there was J.C. Stanley to contest that time what was coming over the net, and it paid off.
She got the block there. She leads this team. J.C. Stanley leads this team. 107 blocks for the season. 25th in the state. And blocks. And Maggie Cochran back to serve. Set from Layla Peterson actually goes over the net, and Sloan Acres sold the fake. And Pike Central watched it hit the floor.
Yeah, they watched it hit the floor.
23-13. Sloan Acres serving. Set to Johnson with a big swing, but she was met against Chloe Howard and Layla Peterson with a block, 24-13.
When you get right down to it, Charlie, Pike Central does have a young team on the court. They only have a couple seniors out there. Right now, there's only 2 seniors on the court. The rest are sophomores and juniors.
Set again to Johnson. And Floyd Central takes the first set, 25-13. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for set 2 action here on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring. Give us a call at 1-800-264-1730 for a free quote and to learn more about our financing options and how to save with our referral program. With Gearhart Security, families matter.
These days, our home's also our office.
With Gearhart Broadband, Internet, and Wi-Fi, working from home just works.
We rely on fast internet for Zoom meetings, sharing files, collaboration.
With reliable speeds up to 1 gig and Plume Whole Home Adaptive Wi-Fi, you can do your best work from home.
We love working from home, especially the dress code.
Call or visit Gearhart Broadband online today for fast, reliable Internet and Wi-Fi.
You want to save money, and Appalachian Wireless gets that. Right now, you can get up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and the greatest on the Advantage Unlimited plan with a trade-in. Did y'all hear me? Up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and greatest with a trade-in. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but this deal, it's amazing. And you'll be on the region's premier network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete terms and conditions.
Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart Broadband's fiber internet and Wi-Fi is a game changer. Fiber fast downloads with speeds up to 1 gig with reliable Plume Whole Home Wi-Fi. Power today's most exciting games on consoles, handhelds, even VR headsets with no lag or buffering. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing fiber internet and best-in-class whole home Wi-Fi today.
And welcome back here to Pikeville High School, where we're in Game 2 of the 15th Region Tournament between Floyd Central Jaguars and the Pike County Central Lady Hawks.
And Claire Stacy's back to serve for the Lady Hawks.
Floyd Central won the first set, 25-13, and the Hawks get it started. Set to Jaden Hall, and that'll be a kill for Hall. And the Jaguars get on the scoreboard first, 1-0. Jaden Hall back to serve. Her serve is up and good. Set to Allie Newsom, and it'll go off of Jaguar.
That was a pretty set by Maggie Cochran. She's got great hands at that position. And that's who Courtney Stacy says is her most improved player on this team.
Cochran has 391 assists for the season. Set to Emma Bailey. 2-1. And Carly Frazier checks back in for Abigail Johnson, and Frazier will step back to serve. And that'll be an ace for Frazier. 3-1. Jaguars lead here in the second set.
Put in the play by Claire Stacy, and nobody was there to pick it up.
Nice save by Kaylee O'Neill. And Sloan Akers with a big swing, but it just catches the net.
Yeah, J.C. Stanley was there ready for the block, and it did go in the net.
Allie Newsom back to serve for the Lady Hawks. And an ace for Newsom.
Allie Newsom is another one of those seniors on that Pike Central team.
a set to Stanley. Stanley's swing will go in the net. 5-3. Floyd Central. Jerry Lynn Hatfield back to serve for the Lady Jags.
And that was a good kill by Sloan Akers. She's a junior on that team. And we have Geraldine Hatfield stepping back to serve for the Lady Jags.
Her serve is up and good. Set to Stanley, brought out by Jaden Hall. Chloe Howard with the swing, but it'll go just outside. And the Lady Hawks bring it back within one as Layla Johnson checks in for Claire Stacy. And Maggie Cochran back to serve for the Lady Hawks. And that'll be an ace for Cochran.
Maggie has one of those serves that comes flying level-headed over the net. And sometimes they can be hard for those girls on the opposing side to handle.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Cochran leads this team in aces.
And that's not surprising.
We're tied up 5-2 here, or 5-5 here in set 2. Bump set to Cochran. She swings, but it goes out of bounds.
The key to that play right there was the setter, Layla Peterson, for the Lady Jags. In fact, when you talk to Coach Durham, she'll tell you she didn't play much at all last year, and she's the most improved player on that team.
Number 22, Kendall Hall with the serve. And a nice swing by Layla Johnson. Set to Jaden Hall, but she came under the net. And that'll be a net violation, and we're tied up at 6-6.
And as soon as we talk about somebody and brag on them, they do something that goes against what we were saying, and Layla actually put that set too close to the net.
J.C. Stanley back to serve for Pike Central. Peterson set to Hall, and it goes
out.
It was out.
Yeah, it hit the net and just went out. She didn't even get it over clean.
So Pike Central with a lead, 7-6. Stanley with a big serve. Howard with the swing, brought back up by Sanders. Set to Jones. Peterson with the set to Jaden Hall. And they call a tip.
That was off of Riley's hand. It was off of Riley's hand.
So that point will go to Floyd Central.
You know, I don't know if our viewers can actually tell, but number 23, Riley, coach, she's an 8th grader, and she's probably the second tallest, if not the tallest person on the Pike Central side. She has years to grow. She's going to be a force in the future for Pike Central for sure.
And Layla Peterson with an ace, 8-7, as Floyd Central pulls ahead by 1.
And as Coach Durham was saying for the Lady Jags, she said Pike Central's a scrappy team, and they're hanging in there. They're not giving up. They're playing their ball.
Peterson's serve is up and good. Jones digs it out. Stanley chases it down, and Jason gets it across, and that'll fall.
J.C. Stanley saved that play for him. And she was able to get underneath it. Nobody was moving towards the setter, did not. Maggie Cochran is normally the setter, and she's normally supposed to go get that, and she did not. J.C. saved that.
Pike Central looking like they're getting their game plan together. Doesn't look like the first set that we saw.
Set by Riley.
And a swing from Johnson, and it just catches the top of the net.
Yep, she couldn't get it over.
Floyd Central pulls ahead by 1, and number 9, Chloe Howard, steps back to serve for the Lady Jags. Howard's serve is up and good. Sanders gets it across for the Lady Hawks. Peterson with the set to Bailey. She gets it over. Set to Allie Newsom, push back.
Punched over.
Peterson. And Jaden Hall into the net. And we're tied back up again, 9-1, 9-9. We're just trading points back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah.
Number 6, Layla Johnson, the sophomore, back to serve for the Lady Hawks. Good hustle by Pike Central, but they were unable to get it over.
I actually thought that they were going to be able to get that point, that ball back over the net in the limit of serves, of hits. But
attacked by Emma Bailey. And Sloan Acres checks in for Kendall Hall. Jaden Hall back to serve. Jaden Hall with a little easy floater serve, and it falls right in Pike Central's front court. Hall again, brought out by Sanders. Set to Newsom, dug back up. Nice block by Abigail Johnson.
Wait for Riley to be there to pick it back up.
Emma Bailey with the swing.
They're going to call
Pike
it
Central was trying to get it over, and they called a lift. Carrier lift.
I actually don't know if I would
Pike
agree
Central's
with that.
coach is getting very verbal, and I'm seeing a yellow card come out.
A red card.
Red card. On Pike Central's coach.
I think she has a reason to complain about that last call. I don't know if it was a lift. They consider where the ball is according to the net. If it was lower than the net, then it would be a lift. My judgment here, I couldn't really see it plainly.
12-9, Jaden Hall with the serve. Set to Allie Newsom, and it's blocked by Abigail Johnson and Emma Bailey. 13-9, Floyd Central. Jaden Hall with the serve, brought up by Sanders. Set to Newsom, a big swing, and it goes out of bounds.
She had the right idea there, Chotty. She was going across court. There was nobody in the front on the net, but she went too wide.
Pike Central calls a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout here on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Dreaming of watching what you want, when you want, where you want? Stop dreaming and start streaming with Gearhart TV. Watch hundreds of choices on many devices with cloud DVR, plus great viewing features. Get in touch now to sign up.
These days, our home's also our office.
With Gearhart broadband speeds up to 1 gig and Plume whole home Wi-Fi, you can do your best work from home. Contact Gearhart Broadband today for fast, reliable internet and Wi-Fi.
Welcome back to 15th Region Volleyball action here in Game 2 of tonight's matchup between Floyd Central and Pike Central. We're in set 2, and Jaden Hall back to serve for the Lady Jags as they lead 14-9. And Hall's serve is up and good. Riley Cole with the pushover. Hall with the set to Sloan Acres. And it sails out of bounds, 14-10. And that'll bring number 23, Riley Cole, up to serve for the Lady Hawks. Cole with a big serve, brought up by Hatfield. Set to Bailey. Bailey does the push. Brought up by Cole. Set to Sanders. She gets it over. Set to Emma Bailey. Big swing. Stanley was there, but it goes through.
That was dug out by Claire Stacy and then hit back over by Claire Stacy.
And the set to Emma Bailey. Another kill for Bailey, 15-10.
Riley's going to come out and Kaylee O'Neill come in.
Carly Frazier back to serve for Floyd Central. And it's in, an ace for Frazier. That's 2 for her tonight.
That was misjudged by Liv Sanders. She thought that ball was going to sail on her, and it didn't.
16-10, Lady Jags. Set to Stanley, big swing, out of bounds. 17-10, Floyd Central.
Pike Central is going to have to regroup if they're going to get back in this game.
Frazier's serve is up and good. Set to Stanley, another big swing. Jaden Hall gets a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. 17-11.
She got a hand on it. She wasn't able to handle it. Allie Newsom is back to serve for Pike Central.
Newsom is a senior on this Pike Central team. And the swing from Emma Bailey, another kill for Bailey.
And that was the key that Coach Stacy said her back row was going to have to step up, and there they let one go through. No one was there to cover that back row.
18-11, Floyd Central on a 10-3 run. Set to Stanley. Nice kill for Stanley. (18-12). And Maggie Cochran back to serve. Cochran serve just off the top of the net, gets over. Set to Chloe Howard. Her swing hits the top of the net, falls in the front court.
Yeah, I don't know if J.C. Stanley actually got a hand on that or not, and it just happened to fall on the Pike Central side of the net.
19-12, Sloan Acres serving for Floyd Central. Set to Johnson. Peterson and Howard were there for the block. It did come off a Pike Central player, 20-12. Acres back serving for Floyd Central. Birthday ball. Chloe Howard tried to take advantage of it. Pike Central was able to get it back up. Set to Jaden Hall.
J.C. Stanley was able to get that over on the other side on a little lob right over the hitter. And then they hit it right back where she tried to block it and fell right in front of her on her side.
21-12, Sloan Acres with a nice low serve. Set to Johnson. Johnson's swing goes out of bounds. 22-12.
Layla Johnson's just a sophomore. She's a young girl. She's got a lot of learning to do, and she'll do just fine in the years to come.
And that'll be an ace for Sloan Acres, 23-12. Early part of the season, Sloan Acres was leading this Floyd Central team in aces. Another great serve by Acres. Set to Layla Johnson, nice swing. Frazier brings it up, battle at the net. Birthday ball for Jaden Hall.
Yeah, that was saved by Lara Jones there on the Pike Central side. And Hall, once she got it, like you said, it was a birthday ball. It was right there in her wheelhouse.
24-12, Floyd Central. And a big swing from Sloan Acres.
And that ball was saved. That ball looked like it didn't have a chance. And Pike Central was able to save that.
Nice swing from Lara Jones. Jaden Hall gets it over. Pike Central looking to set something up. Set Stanley, big swing, blocked up front by Chloe Howard. Pike Central,
what a
wow,
save.
That is unbelievable.
J.C. Stanley's hustle saved that ball. After all that work, you hate to see him lose that point.
Jaden Hall under the net, so the point will go to Pike Central.
Well, there you go. You hate to see them lose that point after all that hustle and all that work. Good for them.
From that angle, I don't know how Stanley was able to get it inside the antenna, but she sure did.
She got it inside that antenna, and you're right. How? I don't know.
Excellent play. Stanley with the serve, and that'll do it. 25-13. Score of set 2. Floyd Central wins that one on the same score. 25-13 and 25-13. We're going to take a break as we come back and get ready for set 3 action here on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring. Give us a call at 1-800-264-1730 for a free quote and to learn more about our financing options and how to save with our referral program. With Gearhart Security, families matter.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy. The genuine, the original Overhead Door for all of life's little ups and downs.
You want to save money, and Appalachian Wireless gets that. Right now, you can get up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and the greatest on the Advantage Unlimited plan with a trade-in. Did y'all hear me? Up to $650 off select devices, including the latest and greatest with a trade-in. Now, I'm not a math whiz, but this deal, it's amazing. And you'll be on the region's premier network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete terms and conditions.
And welcome back to 15th Region Volleyball Tournament action. Game 2, where Floyd Central has won the first 2 sets, 25-13. The last set, these two teams were tied at 8 apiece, and Floyd Central went on a 17-5 run to win 25-13.
It looked like their Chotty at the very beginning. They started playing a little lazy. They started to, but that's the best word I got, Chotty. They started to play just a little bit lazy, but then, you know, whenever they saw that they were neck and neck with Pike Central, they decided to turn things on. Now, when you look on the Pike Central side, they're high-fiving each other. They're doing their little pre-game hand claps and everything. They don't feel like that they're out of it. They still got a lot of life in them.
The winner of this team will go on to play Paintsville on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Jerry Lynn Hatfield back to serve for the Lady Jags. Allie Newsom with the swing, and
the line judge is there and calls it in.
1-0 Pike Central.
Couldn't see it from my vantage point, but the line judge was 5 feet away from where it hit.
Layla Johnson back to serve. Oh, and no. We've got a Chloe Adams coming in to serve for Layla Johnson. So she'll check in. Johnson will check out. Chloe Adams, also a sophomore on this Pike Central team. Peterson with the set to Hall. Stanley got a hand on it. Set to Bailey. Brought back up. Number 10, Kaylee O'Neill. And the swing from Allie Newsom
was just misjudged. She just misjudged that ball, and it rolled right off of her fingertips.
Jaden Hall back to serve. 1-1. Stanley gets it across. Peterson with the set to Sloan Acres. Dug back out there by O'Neal. Newsom with the push. Set to Maggie Cochran. Dug back out of there by Jaden Hall. Set to Abigail Johnson. Nice save by Jerry Lynn Hatfield. And miscommunication on Pike Central. And the ball hits the floor with players watching. 2-1.
That was nicely hit by Maggie Cochran. She had gotten up high enough for somebody to get under it, and it just stopped. They just stopped.
Set to Allie Newsom.
She hits it in the net.
And that'll be 4 hits on Pike Central. 3-1. Lady Jaguars. Hall with the service error. That's another one you don't see that very often from.
No. No, not at all. Very rare.
Peterson with the set to Bailey. Dug back out by Stanley. Maggie Cochran gets it over. Peterson with the set to Bailey again, and it'll fall midcourt.
She went one way and hit it the other way. She had everybody on the Pike Central side fooled, and that thing just went center court.
4-2, Lady Jaguars leading here in set 3. Carly Frazier back to serve. Cochran gets it over. Peterson with the set to Sloan Acres. She does the push. Nicely dug out by Stanley. Cochran with the push, and it'll fall from Floyd Central front court.
I see why Coach Durham bragged on her setter. She is setting some pretty balls tonight. They're right where they need to be in order for her team to make a play on it. They just couldn't capitalize on that turn. But they did there.
Emma Bailey with another kill. 5-3, Floyd Central. And Emma Bailey steps behind the service line. Bailey's serve is up and good. And the set on the Pike Central side into the net.
Yeah,
unable to get it out of there. 6-3, Floyd Central.
It was a little too close for Riley to do anything with.
Bailey's serve is up and good. Set to Jones. She swings. Set to Chloe Howard. She does a tip in the front. Cochran tries to make a play on it. Unable to. 7-3, Lady Jags.
Yeah. The Jags saw right there that front court was open on the left side. They were able to handle it.
Bailey with a good serve. Cole gets it over. Peterson with the set to Sloan Acres. And it'll go off of Chloe Adams. 8-3, Floyd Central.
Floyd Central isn't stepping off of the gas. They're continuing to keep trying to run up the numbers with that serve out of bounds.
Bailey with a strong serve. 8-4.
It never fails.
Maggie Cochran back to serve for Pike Central. And Cochran's serve goes in the net. 9-4. Kendall Hall checking back in for Sloan Acres on Floyd Central side. Kendall Hall will step back to serve. Hall is the senior on this Floyd Central team. Birthday ball for Chloe Howard. She'll swing.
And you give it to her, she's going to do something with it.
Comes off a Pike Central player and goes out of bounds.
Lara Jones wasn't able to handle that. She wasn't able to get a hand out fast enough to get it back up.
10-4, Floyd Central with Kendall Hall swinging on the serve.
J.C. Stanley receiving it. Set by Cochran. Allie Newsom with the kill.
Cochran swing goes out of bounds.
Yep, it's wide.
11-4. Kendall Hall still serving. Floyd Central. Her serve is up and good. They set to Layla Johnson. Big swing again from Johnson. Brought back up. Lara Jones with the swing. Brought back up by Floyd Central. They set it to Jaden Hall. Nicely brought up. Well, Maggie Cochran got a hand on it.
She tried to get in front of that Chotty, and it was just too hard for her to handle. She wasn't able to get it up back into play.
Layla Johnson made a move for it, but was unable to climb up in the stands to get that one.
Yeah.
12-4.
That's exactly where she'd have had to go, into the stands.
Set back to Layla Johnson. Another good swing. Jaden Hall gets it over. Johnson with the save. Birthday ball for Chloe Howard, and she will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
13-4, Floyd Central.
Floyd Central starting to feel it now. I mean, I know they have quite a 12 more points left to go, but they're starting to feel it right now.
Brought back up by Sanders. Set to Layla Johnson. And her swing will go a little strong. 14-4, Floyd Central. Kendall Hall still serving. Set to Layla Johnson. She pushes it back. Set to Chloe Howard. She swings. And it goes off of Jones.
One of the things that you cannot do against this Floyd Central team is push them into the back where they have an opportunity to set the ball up and get a kill, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
And Pike Central takes a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout here on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart Broadband's fiber internet and Wi-Fi is a game changer. Fiber fast downloads with speeds up to 1 gig. With reliable Plume whole home Wi-Fi. Power today's most exciting games on consoles, handhelds, even VR headsets with no lag or buffering. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing fiber internet and best-in-class whole home Wi-Fi today.
Welcome back here to set 3 in the game 2. Tonight's action, 15-4, Floyd Central leading. Kendall Hall back to serve. Floyd Central 10 points away from advancing to taking on Paintsville. Big swing from Layla Johnson, brought back up to Jaden Hall. Hall with the swing. Set to Stanley. Peterson with the dump, brought back up by Sanders.
That's a great dig by Sanders right there.
Jones with the push, brought up by Hall. Set to Hall. And that'll be another kill for Jaden Hall. 16-4.
And Floyd Central's on a run right here. And like I said earlier before the break, they have their foot on the gas and they're not letting up.
Kendall Hall with another good serve. And Maggie Cochran tried to set up Jones, but it didn't get high enough.
In order for Pike Central to even get back in this game, they have to make the plays. They got to make clean hits.
And a service error will end Kendall Hall's run, but she's been back there for 10 minutes. Her arm was probably getting tired.
Yeah, probably so. You might be right there, Chotty.
17-5 Floyd Central as number 10, Kaylee O'Neill, steps back to serve for Pike Central. Set to Howard. She dumps it off, brought back up by Layla Johnson. Set to Jaden Hall. Stanley gets a hand on it, but it comes back down on Pike Central's side. 18-5 Floyd Central. And Abigail Johnson checking back in for Carly Frazier. And Layla Peterson will step behind the service line. Peterson's serve is up and good. Cochran with the set to Stanley. Big swing.
Great swing by Stanley there. We hadn't seen much of that from her tonight.
Kendall Hall brought it back up. Nice swing by Lara Jones. Set to Jaden Hall. And another kill for Jaden Hall. 19-5, Floyd Central. Peterston still serving for the Jaguars. Her serve will sail long, and that point will go to Pike Central. And that'll bring Livia Sanders back to serve for Pike Central.
The last 2 points Pike Central has gotten has been off of service errors on the Floyd Central side.
Sanders' serve is up and good. Peterson with the set to Jaden Hall.
Somebody was in the net.
And they call a net violation on Pike Central.
Yeah, they didn't give a number.
And Alyssa Hess checks in for J.C. Stanley. Jerry Lynn Hatfield back to serve for Floyd Central as they lead 20-6 here in the third set.
Molly Reed also comes in, and Stacy Weddington is coming in for Pike Central as well. Coach Stacy's given some of her younger players an opportunity to get into this game that she sees is out of hand already. Stacy Weddington's the one that got the dig and got it back up.
Set to Emma Bailey, and that'll be a kill for Bailey. Another one, 21-6. Hatfield back to serve. Serve is up and good. Brought over by Alyssa Hess. Set to Jaden Hall, brought up by Sanders. Layla Johnson with the pass. Gets it over to Hess. Hess gets it over. Set back to Allie Newsom, but Emma Bailey and Abigail Johnson there for the block.
Alyssa Hess, you mentioned her name a couple times. She's young. She's an 8th grader as well. And so a little more talent that Pike Central has coming up through the ranks.
22-6 Floyd Central, and a little floater serve by Hatfield. Peterson with the set. Bailey gets it over.
Up by Stacy.
And net violation. This time it's on Floyd Central. 22-7.
I think they called that on Abigail Johnson, if I'm not mistaken.
Layla Johnson with the serve. Nice strong serve, just low over the net. Bailey with the shot. Johnson digs it out. Allie Newsom tried to push it over, but it catches the top of the net. 23-7. And Sloan Acres checking back in for Kendall Hall and Jaden Hall stepping back to serve for the Lady Jaguars.
Chloe Adams comes in for Pike Central.
Jaden Hall serve is up and good. Allie Newsom gets it over. Peterson with the set to Sloan Acres. Big swing from Acres, and that'll be a kill for her. 24-7. Floyd Central 1 point away from advancing in the 15th region tournament. Jaden Hall with a big strong serve. Pike Central will get it across. Hall sets Sloan Acres. She does a big swing, and that'll do it. 25-7. And Floyd Central will advance to take on Paintsville Tigers.
Now that's going to be a good game.
We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for the post-game wrap-up here on your Intermountain Sports Network.
Dreaming of watching what you want, when you want, where you want? Stop dreaming and start streaming with Gearhart TV. Watch hundreds of choices on many devices with cloud DVR, plus great viewing features. Get in touch now to sign up.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring. Give us a call at 1-800-264-1730 for a free quote and to learn more about our financing options and how to save with our referral program. With Gearhart Security, families matter.
And welcome back here to the 15th Region Volleyball Tournament, where Game 2 just finished up. Floyd Central beating Pike Central 25-13, 25-13, and a whopping 25-7 to advance to take the winners of the Paintsville game, where Paintsville knocked off Pikeville 3-1 earlier. That game will take place Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You can watch it live here on WPRG TV. Remember to tune in tomorrow night. 2 games tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, Belfry and Lawrence County. Belfry 12-11 and Lawrence County 19-9. That game will start at 6 o'clock. And directly following that game, the 26-4 Johnson Central Golden Eagles will take on the 13-17 East Ridge Warriors.
And one thing we found out about the East Ridge Warriors is they will show up.
They will. They are a very good, scrappy team. We want to thank our sponsors, Gearhart Security, Gearhart Fiber, Overhead Door of East Kentucky, Appalachian Wireless. And we want to thank you all for tuning in to WPRG TV and watching 15th Region Volleyball action. I'm Chotty Thompson, along with Trey Mouton, Wayne Fugit on the camera, and Alex Parsley back in the studios. We will see you all tomorrow night here on your Intermountain Sports Network.